Welcome back, still on the chocolate raspberry truffle train, but today, let's take the name of the product and actually make truffles. I have never made truffles for a recipe before, so I'm eager to see how these are going to come out. I put together a couple things I think that may work. We're going to give it a shot. What I have here in a small little blender cup for my magic bullet is 1 scoop of the chocolate raspberry truffle, 8 grams of the sugar-free, fat-free Jello pudding mix, 40 grams of the complete pancake and waffle mix extra fluffy from Walmart, which is about 1/3 of a cup, 3 grams of Splenda to help with the sweetener, a 1/2 cup of myoatmeal.com oatmeal. This is going to be a chocolate hazelnut blend to kind of give it a nice flavoring. And what I did was I took all of these things and the PB Lean, which you can get off of the myoatmeal.com website in the comment box below. 15% off is Bkupniewski. 10 grams of that. Mixed everything together dry ingredient wise in a magic bullet and just blended it for about a minute and a half. That way the oatmeal is all combined, everything's broken down, and you get a nice clean mixture, which you can see in my hand right here. That is all of your dry ingredients that we are going to use today for the recipe. What you can do is you can add the wet and use a blender to do it, like I'm going to do it here, or you can put it in a mixing bowl and mix it with a spoon like you've seen me do for some of my previous oatmeal cookie recipes. I have a feeling both of these are going to kind of go hand in hand. These are just going to require a little bit more refrigeration to finish the final product, and especially a drizzle. Okay? Wet ingredient wise, I'm going to use 10 grams of honey. Honey is going to help sticken and put the final texture on these things together. Okay? We're going to use about 10 grams, like so. Now, these are chocolate raspberry truffles, so we're going to use some raspberry jam. Alright, I got my sugar-free jam here from Wegmans. I'm going to use a little bit over 1 tablespoon, which should be about 20 grams. Drop it right in there like so. Okay? Going to need a little bit yogurt to help with this in the holding of the final product together. 2 tablespoons, which is just about 50 grams worth. Drop that right in there like so. Okay? Last but not least, what I'm going to add last, after I mix this, is just a little bit of the sugar-free, calorie-free pancake syrup. You can use regular syrup if you would like. This just helps with a little bit more of the binding agency. So what I'm going to do before I add that is take what I have right here, put it back in my magic bullet, and then I'm going to transfer this to a bowl, add the syrup, and then we're going to start mixing. After you finish blending this, you should see how thick and clumpy this comes out. That's perfectly normal. It may be hard to see right there or on the bottom of my blender, but you can see it is very thick. So what we're going to do is take a spatula and transfer this to a bowl. It's transferred to a bowl. What I'm going to do is add just a touch of that sugar-free pancake syrup. And I mean, honestly, just a drop, just to give it that nice little texture that will help combine everything, and then mix it with my spoon. Now remember, these are very thick and very clumpy, so you're not going to need real big truffles. What I'm going to do is take a nice plate like this, take some wax or parchment paper, and that way when we drop it on here, put it in the fridge for about an hour or 2 hours. This will kind of harden together and form our final product. Okay? So take my spoon, take a nice little tablespoon, and drop it right on the sheet, like you can see. Put it into a ball or a square-like form, and you are good. Now I'm going to repeat that for the rest of this recipe, and just make sure you spread them out a good little distance, like you can see me doing here, making short little squares with my fingers. Okay? And the last thing I'm going to do is take a little bit of this sugar-free Hershey syrup and use it as a little glaze. So just going to pop the top a little bit and just kind of go back and forth. Okay? As you can see. Now, I'm going to finish off the rest of my batter, put this in the fridge for about an hour or 2 hours. We're going to pull it out. 90 minutes has passed. I took them out off the plate and I put them in a small little bowl. You can see how they kind of held up. You can see a little bit of that chocolate syrup glaze right there. Everything is all done, completed. Now, I'm only pulling these out for a bit because they are truffles. You want to keep them cool as long as possible. You can even store them in the fridge for up to several days and they'll be great. Guys, if you want to get your products, your Cellucor apparel, your Cellucor products, Core Performance Whey, C4, C450X Alpha Amino, anything Generation 4, 25% off, Bkup20 at Cellucor.com. All Generation 3 items like the M5 Reloaded and all the older stuff, besides the Core BCAA, creatine, and Whey. 30% off when you call in orders to the Cellucor webpage. MyOatmeal.com, link in the comment box below. Bkup15 when you check out, saves you 15%. Other than that, any comments, concerns, directions, macronutrients, and instructions are in the comment box below. I hope you enjoy yourself. Some chocolate raspberry truffles with a little bit of peanut butter added in from the PB Lean. Thanks to Anthony and MyOatmeal.com.